Hey guys, Phil here making a special video for you because I wanted to let everyone know exactly how things have been going since things got back to normal right here on DSP Gaming. As you guys know, I wouldn't usually make videos like this for DSP Gaming, but we had a big dilemma about a month ago. In fact, it was a month ago exactly tomorrow from when I'm filming this video when I lost monetization on DSP Gaming. And for 2.5 weeks there, due to a Google side error, not because I actually had done anything wrong or was being punished for any wrongdoing, but because they made an error on their end. For 2.5 weeks, I was not uploading to this channel. Instead, I was uploading to my other channel, KO Gaming, which was still monetized. And a lot of things got thrown into basically haywire. A lot of people unsubscribed from this channel, stopped coming to this channel and watching this channel in general, because they figured this channel was dead at this point. You know, very few people lose monetization on YouTube and are able to get it back. It's just, in this case, it happens that it had nothing to do with me or any wrongdoing. It was them screwing up and fixing their error. And so it was about a week and a half ago at this point now that I got ads back here on DSP Gaming, and I started uploading to the channel again. Now, the difference here between what used to be on DSP Gaming and what I'm doing now is very simple. I started uploading longer videos. If you guys haven't noticed or haven't been watching anything on this channel for the past week and a half, the videos are no longer 10 minutes long. You know, I used to only upload 10-minute snippets to DSP Gaming. I would upload a lot of videos to the channel in one day, sometimes upwards of 20 or more videos in a single day. And a lot of people outright said, well, we don't watch the videos on DSP Gaming or we don't sub to the channel because you have too many videos, it floods our inboxes. But there was a hardcore group of viewers who've stuck with me over the years. They understand the reasons why I had to do those shorter videos, despite the fact that they all said we would love if you had longer videos like most other YouTubers. We understand the reason you do it, so please just keep doing it. We'd rather have DSP around to be a content creator than not, so go ahead and make your shorter videos and we understand. But with the whole debacle of losing ad revenue, losing the ability to put advertisements on my videos for 2.5 weeks, and then finally coming back after that time period, and having adopted longer videos on the KO Gaming channel during that interim time, I said, I'm just going to keep uploading the longer videos to DSP Gaming. And so, it's been an interesting experiment. I was curious to see how things would go during this time period, and would things go back to normal, you know, during this week and a half now that I've been back uploading on DSP Gaming daily, but doing longer videos. You know, right now my videos are on average, I'd say probably around 45 minutes long, although some of them are even longer. When I did my Rageathon marathon last week, the videos were like an hour and a half long each. So that's kind of what I'm doing here on DSP Gaming. Okay, longer videos so your inboxes don't get flooded. And by the way, I would like to say thank you to the few hundred people who have subbed to the channel in the last week since I started doing the longer videos. They said, oh, okay, I'll sub to Phil's channel finally now because he's not going to do the longer videos anymore, and I do appreciate that, okay? However, what I now have is the initial results. I've got about a week and a half of revenue data from YouTube on how much money I'm actually making on DSP Gaming now compared to before I went to the longer videos, all right? Also, there's another factor here to keep in mind. I used to be partnered first with Machinima and then with Curse. Now I'm not partnered with anyone. I'm running on my own personal AdSense account, and therefore I have lost certain kinds of advertisements. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but in general, I'm not seeing many, if any, video ads playing on my videos at all. What I'm seeing is a lot of those banner ads, and those barely pay anything. Like, literally, for thousands and thousands of views on those things, you barely make $1. Really, the money is to be made in video advertisements on YouTube, and sadly, I don't get many anymore because I'm no longer with a partnership network, okay? So here's the initial data. Sadly, I hate to report to you guys, it's not very good, all right? So for a week and a half, I started uploading videos to YouTube again on DSP Gaming, only now they're longer. I am making, on average, from the numbers I'm seeing, anywhere from half to 1/3 of what I used to make. That is terrible. That is absolutely god-awful, okay? 50% to only 33% of what I was making before. Now, there's a lot of factors involved here, and I want to explain some of the things that could be contributing factors to why the channel has become way less profitable for me, and then I'm going to explain to you ways that you can help, okay? So, why? Why would profitability on DSP Gaming have dipped so much? It doesn't seem to make a lot of sense. that the same videos, only now longer, which is what people have asked for years, to the point where I got hundreds of new subscribers, I'm making less money. What's going on? Well, it's like I just said. Number one, I'm no longer with a partnership network, okay? So the advertisements I'm getting may not be as profitable. In fact, I can guarantee you I'm not getting as many ads, and they're not as profitable as the old ones, okay? That's just number one in general. That's the deal that's happening, and it sucks because, you know, it's not that I'm putting out lower quality content or worse content. It's just that I just don't get paid as much for my work anymore here, which stinks, right? Number two, it is the summer. We are in the midst of the summer months, and historically, July is the worst advertisement month on YouTube for the year. I think a close second would be January, but they're pretty much almost tie for worst month of the year. Typically in August, things can pick up, and sometimes they do and sometimes they don't. I've actually noticed, dependent on certain years, sometimes you get a big boost in August, and sometimes it just doesn't happen. In this case, that could be the case where it's just a slow summer. There's not a lot of ad revenue to go around. Things were already slow when I was with Curse. And now maybe they're just staying as slow. You know what I mean? Maybe things just have not picked up ad revenue-wise. I don't know, because I'm not with I don't have another channel with a network to compare results. You see what I mean? So I couldn't tell you if ad revenue actually is up right now on YouTube, and I'm actually making even less than I'm thinking, okay? The other thing, and this is a big factor that sadly I think is a big factor and needs to be addressed, is the fact that the videos are longer. And you would think at face value, it doesn't make sense. If Phil's was making 10-minute long videos, which I was, and one ad would play during each video. Okay, so each view is an ad, right? Well, if Phil makes a 40-minute long video, as long as he puts 4 advertisements on that video, say every 10 minutes, then, you know, the numbers say he should be making the same amount of money. Right? I mean, four ads for a 40-minute video, 1 ad per 10-minute video, doesn't matter which you watch, you're watching the same amount of ads, I should be making the same amount of money, right? But I don't think necessarily that's how it works. What I've noticed is that with YouTube, with ad placement, that typically you only get 1 video ad per video anyway. So I'll give you an example. Let's say I uploaded an hour-and-a-half long video, Street Fighter V, the other day, right? That may play a video ad at the beginning of that video, but then all the other ads it plays during that video are those crappy banner ads that you make nothing on. You know, fractions of a cent per view. So really, when I made it, let's say, for example, that same hour-and-a-half video, I had made 9 videos of 9 matches, and each one had a video ad that played at the beginning. That was 9 profitable ads that you watched, versus if you just watched the 90-minute video, you saw the 1 video ad and 9, 10 banner ads, and those barely paid me anything. I think this could be a major factor, that the longer videos actually bring in way less ad revenue by default, because you don't get as many of the video-style ads on them, period. And that's a major problem. You know, that's a major problem that I don't know how I can fix, because you do not have the ability on YouTube to pick what kind of advertisement you're getting. You can't say, I want 5 video ads on this video. You can't do that. You can say, I want ads, and, you know, I can place them around the video, but you never know what you're going to get. You could get a great ad, or you could get a banner ad that's crap, you know? And that's pretty disheartening, because it's the same video, it's the same content, there's nothing that I've done wrong, right? It's the same view from you. You're watching the same video, yet for whatever reason, I'm making less money. I think another factor could be that sadly people still have the same symptom as they used to with my videos. They only watch the first few minutes, and then they leave. So, okay, I'm going to watch the first few minutes of DSP's new video of Street Fighter. Okay, I saw what it's like, and I'm gone. So if you only watch the first few minutes, you only saw 1 ad. So even though the video may say it has a certain amount of views, if most of those views only saw 1 ad, then it doesn't really help me at all, right? The longer video actually hurt me rather than helped me. And I'll be very honest with you guys. I get the feeling a lot of you guys use ad blocker. I don't blame you. I know that a lot of people out there use ad blocker when they watch content on the internet because the ads are terrible, right? I can tell you in particular, guys, if you watch my videos, the ads aren't very intrusive because, as I've told you, from what I can see, I'm not even getting the intrusive ads anymore. I'm only getting the banners, which is a quick click to get it off the screen, right? Or a quick tap, I guess, if you're on mobile. So I would ask you this, guys. What do I do for the future, and what can you do to help, right? I really don't want to give up. I like making the longer videos. It is actually overall less work for me because I don't have to constantly be clicking every 10 minutes to stop and start. And when I upload the videos, I don't have to now name 25 videos. I'm only naming 4, and it makes it a lot easier. I know it's a lot easier for you guys to not have your inboxes spammed. I know a lot of you are adjusting to the new the new method of uploads here and you like it. I've gotten lots of positive feedback in regards to that. I wouldn't have gotten hundreds of new subs if that weren't the case, right? But I don't know what to do. I'll be honest with you guys. I cannot sustain my business taking a 50 to 75, it's not 75, it's about 60, 50 to 60% pay cut on YouTube. Unless I get enough equivalent support via other means, which I'm going to talk about in just a moment, to make up for this big cut that I'm feeling, I honestly don't know how I'm going to keep things afloat. And it sucks because already this month, in the last month, I lost 2.5 weeks of profit completely on YouTube. And now I come back full force and I'm making only 50 to 30% of what I used to. That is atrociously bad. And I'm nervous. I'm going to be very honest with all of you. I'm very nervous because here we come again. We're coming into the hardcore gaming season, right? This is the time when things pick up. Historically, ad revenues are big. What if that doesn't happen for me? What if here on YouTube, nothing changes and things just stay kind of stagnant the way they are, and I don't get that extra money that I rely on every year? I don't know what I'm going to do. It's just a really nasty situation. Basically, the good news is that I avoided, in the short term, a really bad choice. I was at a point where if I didn't get ads back on YouTube at all, DSPGaming in particular, that I was going to have to make a really bad choice for myself personally when it comes to credit and things like that and my finances and everything. I don't want to lose my house. That's kind of the last resort here, is having to sell my home in order to make some money on the equity I have in my home to pay bills and make do. And right now, it would be such a major pain in the ass to do that because my studio, right? My office is a studio where I record out of every day. All my equipment is here. If I'm moving, I can't work. So if I even try to sell this house, I can't work for extended periods of time. So where's the fucking money going to come from to pay the bills while I'm trying to sell the house, right? It's a major problem. A lot of people, is hilarious. Phil, just move back to Connecticut. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. Somehow I'm going to get my car magically across the country for free. I'm going to somehow pay for a move across the country for free. Kat's going to quit her job apparently and magically find a job in Connecticut where the job market is horrible, by the way. So many ridiculous factors that make it not viable to do what these idiotic kids suggest that I do. Again, because of things that are out of my control. What happened this year that screwed me over? Gee, let's see. I lost my partnership with Curse. It was an amicable parting, but I did lose it. It wasn't my choice. And that has nothing to do with anything I ever did wrong. And now I lost my advertisements on DSPGaming for 2.5 weeks. And now I come back, and now everything's down, and it has nothing to do with me doing the wrong. In fact, it's the opposite. I'm doing what you guys wanted. For years, you wanted longer videos. I'm giving you those now, and it's hurting me. In general, here's the thing. I'm looking at a video. I'll give you guys a perfect example. I'll give you guys a very, very good example here, okay? Part 1 of any one of my playthroughs typically brings in the most money of any part because it gets the most views. So I'm looking at, for example, part 1 of certain playthroughs, like We Happy Few, Madden, amongst other, recent things that I started here on DSPGaming. The videos are bringing in the same amount of money as they used to. So when I used to make 10-minute videos, for one 10-minute video, I'd bring in a certain amount of money on part 1. The part 1s of these new playthroughs are also making exactly the same amount of money, but their videos are 5, 6, 7, 10 times as long. So you see what I'm saying? The same content, but longer video should be making way more revenue. It's not. The profit has dipped dramatically on these videos for some reason. Why is it that part 1 of that used to be 10 minutes with one ad on it was making the same amount of money as part 1 of the new video series that's an hour and a half long, and it doesn't make any sense. It has like 10 ads on it, and I'm making the same amount of money as if there were only one. Okay? That's the dilemma I'm facing. So guys, it's very simple. As usual, I would need your help. Whatever you can do to help, and I'll explain some of the easy ways you can help. Number 1, spread the word that Phil has changed. Phil has changed his videos to a longer format, and now it's no longer spams your inbox. If you were a person who thought, man, Phil never listened to feedback or whatever, let people know that I've changed for the better. and I am actively on a daily basis trying to change. I mean, take a look at what I'm playing now. I played Dark Souls 3, Street Fighter 5, and Scarface this week. 3 games that I never imagined going back to, and I'm going back to it because of the direct feedback from viewers. I didn't used to be able to do that stuff. I used to just fucking do whatever I wanted, and I was very obstinate and stubborn. I wouldn't listen, and now I'm listening and actively changing for the better, right? You gotta let people know, because a lot of people wouldn't know, and they just think that, oh, I'm not gonna watch his stuff anymore. I quit on him a long time ago because he makes these shorter videos. Let them know it's different, that I'm doing longer videos now, no more inbox spam, and if they come by and watch them, they're gonna have a good time, okay? Number 2, I gotta ask that you please turn off ad blockers when you watch my stuff. It's that simple. When I've got a video that has 10 ads on it, and you're watching one of them, or none of them, because of ad blocker, I'm screwed. And it was all right when I was back when every video was 10 minutes, and people would watch a ton of videos. Overall, I would still get the ad revenue. Now I don't, right? So please, you got to turn off your ad blocker when you're watching my stuff. It helps me out. Maybe that's part of the issue. I don't know. Okay. Or if you are doing all these things, maybe you're already spreading the word about my channel. You're already watching my videos without ad blocker, and you're like, well, what else could I do? There's my Patreon, patreon.com/darksidephil. You know, as little as $1 a month helps, but the best level there is the $5 level. If you pledge $5 or more to my Patreon by the end of August, you're going to be nominating and voting on indie games for an indie games marathon coming up in the fall. Okay? That helps tremendously. Last month, when I lost ad revenue on DSPGaming, a lot of people stepped up and pledged to my Patreon and helped me, and that really tremendously helped. No lie. That's the reason why I was able to afford my bills last month, because of that increase in revenue I got last minute. But then a few people pulled their pledges and said, oh, well, he got the help. He got his ads back. He doesn't need it anymore. No, that's not the case. The case is I'm in dire straits here because the channel's making half to 30% of what it used to. And I don't know what to do besides going back to the 10-minute videos, which I really don't want to fucking do, especially for your feedback. You've told me you don't want that. There's nothing I can do on my end. I'm relying on you guys, okay? So please consider pledging to my Patreon. Check out my Teespring. Here it is, the Teespring store. You've seen the ad here. This 10th anniversary line of product launched 2 weeks ago. And a lot of people have bought the products and liked them. I now have 3 of these shirts, and I've worn them on streams, and people like them. I like them. So please, anything you buy from my Teespring shop helps me out, okay? It does. And you get a cool collectible too, which is the whole point of buying something from my Teespring shop, right? Or, hey, look below the stream. There's a little link there to my tips page. You can leave me a tip. If you watch a video on YouTube, wow, that's a great playthrough. I want to help fill out. Leave me a tip. Any video now in the description, it has the tips link. You can just click on it and leave a tip, okay? Any of those things help. Or if you at all can, please attend the streams. The streams are where it's at, man. The streams on Twitch are where it's at. It's where everyone's hanging out, where we're having fun, live interactions. People have been very supportive over there, and that's where it's at. If you can make it over there and hang out with me, please do, okay? So the bottom line is, guys, things are not great. I was hoping that after I got ads back and I had adopted this longer video format that things would get better. They're not. They're really bad right now. I am hoping that because of the hardcore gaming season coming up that maybe I will see an increase in ad revenue, but there's no guarantees. Now that I'm not with the network anymore, I may not get any of those increase in advertisements or anything that normally people get. And it sucks because YouTube revenue was about, I'd say, 30-40% of my revenue every month was brought in from YouTube. And now when you halved or made it to a third of what it used to be, I don't know what to do anymore. It's like I can only lean on the people watching the stream so much. They're so generous already with cheers, subs, and tips. I got someone who watches my streams donating a PS4 Pro because he feels so bad that my PS4 Pro keeps having issues. I got people being incredibly generous. Someone just donated money for me to get all the DLC characters in Street Fighter 5 who I didn't get over the past 2 years. Like, people are being so generous on the streams. I can't ask any more of them. All I can do is say to you guys on YouTube, this is where I've been hit negatively because of all the shit Google did to me. Had to leave an MCN and then lost my revenue for 2.5 weeks of ads, and I'll come back to basically a poor performance, even though I've done nothing wrong. Like, this sucks. I don't want to have to make videos like this, but this is just real talk is shitty, and I don't want to go away. I don't. I love what I do, and I don't want to end up in a situation where I got to lose my house, or I've got to quit this altogether and try to find alternative means to make money for my life, or declare bankruptcy and ruin my life permanently because things went wrong and they were not in my control. It would be one thing, again, if I had done something horrendous, just atrociously, ridiculously bad, and it ruined everything, and no one wanted to partner with me on YouTube or Twitch anymore because I was such a horrible person, and I couldn't, put out I wasn't putting out quality content anymore. That's not the case. People want to watch my videos. People want to have me keep going here, but I need your support at this point. I can't just rely on YouTube working anymore and making enough revenue via YouTube. So please, if you want to help out, please watch the videos. Please watch them without ad blocker. Please spread the word my videos have gotten longer. Maybe we'll bring in some newcomers or some people who quit previously, come back and check it out and sub again. Please consider pledging to my Patreon. Please consider buying something for my Teespring. Leave a tip. Anything helps, guys, at this point. And what I'm hoping is that in another few weeks, maybe 2-3 weeks, we get to September, we got the new games coming out, and we can reconvene, and I can say, guess what, guys? Great, brilliant news. Things have turned around. Ad revenue's up on YouTube. Maybe it was just a slow summer or whatever. Or maybe we brought in significant new amounts of people for the new games coming out in September, and now things are good. I hope that's what we can do, but, it's not going to happen by itself. It's going to rely on you guys to help out too, okay? So thank you guys. I'll keep pumping out the fun streams and the daily videos that you love if you guys can agree to try to help me out however you can, all right? Thank you guys very much for 10 years of support. Next month is my 10-year anniversary as a content creator. I want to keep it going. Thank you, and hope to see you soon.